Boo, you whore.
Run for cover.
Hey y'all. Okay, don't clock me. I know I disappeared for a minute. I had to take a little pause, reset, and get back into my flow. But I'm back and we're doing things a little differently now. So, starting today, May 1st, I am challenging myself to post every weekday, Monday through Friday, for the whole month of May. Okay? So, just showing up consistently, talking about what's going on in the world, and breaking down what's actually going on underneath all of it. Okay? So, yeah, hold me to it, y'all, because I'm a little nervous committing to this, but I'm ready to lock in. Okay? So, all right, let's get into it. So on my scroll today, so I'm not gonna lie, the tea feels a little dry right now. Like when I look around, yes, celebrities are posting, people are dating, breaking up, showing up at events, but nothing's really hitting the way it used to. I don't know if it's just me, or maybe I just don't care that much about this kind of topics anymore. But let's get into it. For example, we've got the Met Gala coming up. So you already know the fashion world is about to go crazy. Big names are being mentioned again. You got the Austin twins in town. So people are talking about that because they haven't had an appearance in a while. They always had and always have, I should say, a fashion presence. So they're popping up on the scene. And people are predicting who's going to show up, who's going to do what, regular Met Gala talk. Okay, and while still on the fashion side, Tyla, South African singer, is having a viral moment at Paris Fashion Week in March last month. So she had a viral moment for wearing a costume snakeskin top. And Tyla has actually been making a lot of noise in the fashion world, so she's making a name for herself. And I would say that her fashion sense to me seems like more on the risky side. So I think it's the shock factor. A lot of what she wears is very sexy, lots of skin, things like that. But people seem to love it. It's not particularly my style, what I consider fashionable. But I definitely think that she makes fashion statements just for being bold. And okay, Shorty is giving body, so she can get away with that. So, all right. Then you got people like Megan Thee Stallion still being talked about online after her breakup. She's posting, she's emotional at times, and instead of people just letting her be human, the internet is turning this whole issue into a debate. And I'm just like, oh, poor child. Oh my goodness, poor Megan. I feel like this girl cannot win for nothing. They can't even let this girl breathe. But, I mean, she did get tons of followers after the whole breakup incident. So, yeah, I guess. Well, and I'm looking at all of this and I'm like, okay. Yeah, things are happening. So why does it feel so surface level right now? It's not that nothing is happening. I feel like it just feels very controlled. So very curated. This is what I want you to see. And I can't even fully blame people for doing that. I mean, look what's going on with Megan Thee Stallion, for her, having a vulnerable moment publicly. But I'm noticing that it feels like nobody is really giving real moments anymore. But we'll leave that there. The internet did give us something small though. So, okay, this one, y'all, I don't know what's going on with this, but let's get into this. So, people saw this Kendrick Lamar fighter style image floating around online, and the internet immediately ran with it like, oh, this must be a Fireman album. Tease. Then the fans started connecting it to the Drake's Iceman concept and suddenly turned it into this whole imaginary storyline between two albums that don't even exist yet.
Kendrick is melting Iceman!
Oh my god, this is corny. Kendrick Lamar, Fireman, May 15th.
Your boy K-Dot was leaving the studio last night in LA in a fireman suit.
I'm not gonna lie, Kendrick, now you're just doing too much, bro. Still beefing with Drake after he lost, bro. Fireman out of everything.
There are genuinely so many people that think Kendrick is actually dropping an album called Fireman. I have done irreversible damage to hip-hop by creating this photo and posting this thing.
And I'm not gonna lie, this is exactly what I mean, y'all. People are so bored with what's actually happening that they're starting to create full narratives of nothing. So this is pretty interesting. Like, at this point, the fans are the writers, the directors, the audience. And it's funny, but it's also something about where attention is right now. So, yes. Now, stepping outside of the entertainment for a second, there are real world conversations happening that affect everyday life too, even if they don't always feel connected to us immediately. Things like government funding decisions, national security updates, and global political tension are still moving in the background. For example, there have been recent federal funding decisions tied to departments like Homeland Security that people don't always pay attention to. But those decisions are a part of how systems stay running. And when global tensions rise, even if it's not something we directly get involved in, it still shows up later in things like prices, resources, and economic pressures. And this part, I always think people actually feel more than they realize. Because even if you're not watching the news every day, you feel it, like the cost is going up. But yes, when policies change, it does trickle down to even us, the commoners. For example, one that we can actually see here would be like the food assistance program, SNAP. This is starting to feel more limited and harder to stretch depending on what is happening in the systems and in your, various counties. But they have changed a lot of the laws and policies surrounding that. And even conversations around laws like marijuana in states like Texas, where people hear about possible changes in decriminalization talks or policy shifts, but nothing ever feels fully clear or consistent. What it creates is a weird space where people feel like things are changing, but also not changing enough to actually understand what's going on. And I think that's where a lot of people are right now, just trying to make sense of a slow shift that we're experiencing. And when you look at it all together, whether it's celebrities, the internet, or real life systems, everything feels like it's being revealed in layers right now. Like nothing is fully exposed at once. It's all coming out slowly, piece by piece. And that creates this feeling of uncertainty, but also awareness at the same time. Okay, I know that can get a little deep. I can get a little deep, but we'll leave it there. That has been my scroll for today. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all feel like things are actually dry right now? Or is it just a different season? Or maybe it's just me? I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me as I just try to figure out where my niche is here in this YouTube streets. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 2. Please do like, comment, and subscribe.